Now in this glass you can see these bubbles moving. We'll use this as an example of our traditional understanding of particle science. But not before I take a sip. Delicious. Most of us understand glass as being a solid. There's different states of particles: solid, gas. But this is a solid state. If I drop it, it'll break, but still fragments of it will remain solid. So traditional science has told us that the atoms in solids move slower than the atoms in liquid. Quantum physics has revolutionized our current understanding of traditional physics. The rules that we apply in the macro universe, the suns and stars and moons that are around us, these things are governed by a traditional law of science on the macro level. But on the micro level, we have a brand new understanding that's changing how we even view space and time. The particles and the electrons around one particle will move and soon affect the reaction of the other particle, even if this particle is billions of miles away. The understanding of quantum entanglement is that particles are interconnected with a quantum connection that's a little bit beyond the scope and understanding of science. Well, if that doesn't help you understand how many people observe physics and see that their information is outdated, there's the quantum enigma. And in the case of the quantum enigma, a particle may travel. In quantum physics, most people understand that the particle may travel, hit a wall, and go through it. A concept that is vaguely understood by scientists. But the enigma is even more intricate, which means that the particle that travels to hit the wall looks as a particle when you observe it, but when you turn your head, it acts as a wave. This is the quantum enigma. The uncertainty principle added to the quantum enigma discusses that particles at the subatomic level cannot even be identified in certain positions. So what we traditionally understood as a solid piece of matter, and in that you could look at the individual atoms, quantum science says that you can't. And that those atoms, if we're isolated, they would not be there. And just when we thought that it could get even more bizarre, other theories jump out of nowhere. Things such as the many worlds theory. In the many worlds theory, it's the idea that, similar to the multiverse theory that has been discussed, that there are multiple worlds and scenarios. So with things like quantum tunneling, where a particle can borrow energy from a future time period, meaning that particles themselves are not in a stationary place, that their energy can be gathered from other time periods, that they don't really exist in time themselves. And quantum tunneling makes things even more bizarre, that there's a multi-dimensional reality, multi-yous, multi-worlds, multi-atoms, hydrogen, oxygen. Wait, I have to slow down, because my mind is going into a place that seems almost metaphysical. But is it that science is coming to the point where the metaphysical way of understanding is becoming the new norm of science? The cosmological constant. This is a constant that was hypothesized by Einstein, later of which he sort of stepped away from. But now scientists today say that this constant exists. Think of it as a vacuum that keeps things in order, pulling and pushing, and that this is expressed in a numerical number with a very long decimal point. But if those decimal points were changed just by 1 to the thousandth, to the millionth, our reality would not exist as it does today. Very interesting how such precision regulates such disorder. What this means, everything that was presented, it's very simple. Civilization, because of the educational system that we're a part of, educates many of us with very rudimentary laws of science. Things that seem to be absolute. There are absolute laws in physics. But the modern update to where physics is at today, it's quite interesting because it contradicts what we've learned over our development as a civilization. Now let's make a few things clear in the realm of religion. As a Muslim, these scientific facts do not negate my belief in God or any Muslim's belief in God. In fact, things such as quantum entanglement and other theories of two particles reacting, the binary existence, is expressed in the Quran. Many of the things that we've discussed today in this vlog only increase the Muslims' ideas and faith. Muslims believe that life is an illusion and that there's an existence of multiple dimensions with multiple different life forms in these dimensions. That these dimensions are in front of us. We believe that there are beings that see us, but we can't see them. This is the jinn. We believe that in the unseen, there's a veil between where we are and where other people are, or other beings are. The religion of Islam does such an excellent job in bringing clarity to the new frontier of physics more than many people on the opposing side can really comprehend. Welcome to my world, the world of a Muslim. Thank you for viewing my video blog. Please subscribe and add me on Twitter. And in the interim, keep your mind open and always keep your knowledge updated. This is Umar signing out. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.